Welcome to Fight Night. I'm your Palm Springs Edge sports correspondent, Julie Beeler. Tonight, we're going to bring you a couple stories of some boxers that made their way through the ranks simply with grit and determination. We'll start here locally first with Randy Caballero, who was raised at the Coachella Valley Boxing Club and is now promoted by one of the top guys in the business. You might know the name Oscar De La Hoya. And then we have Seth Mitchell, All-American linebacker from Michigan State. Knee problems took him out of football, thrusted him into the boxing world, and now he's an incredible phenom as well. It's Fight Night here. It's a lot of fun. We'll make sure you have the inside track to everything going on at Fantasy Springs Resort Casino. From the start, it was clear you wanted to make an impact on a guy that was 11 years older than you in only your first debut under Golden Boy Promotions. Talk about this fight, Randy.
It was a great fight. You know, they told me from what he was going to do, he was going to try to just survive the whole fight.
Now let's talk about how the crowd responded to you. You had a standing ovation and the crowd went wild as soon as you entered the room. Talk about what it's like to fight in front of your home crowd.
It's the greatest feeling ever, you know, having, all my family, friends, and fans here. It's one of the greatest feelings I can ever have, you know. It just pumps me up walking into the ring here and everybody just scream my name, knowing they're here for me. Selling out this place was, something great.
What is it like having boxing legend Oscar De La Hoya at ringside for you?
It's the greatest thing. He's my promoter, one of the biggest promotion companies out there. I know he's going to take care of me, and I'm going to show him that I'm one of his top fighters he has.
Randy, great job tonight, buddy. Good to see you. Congrats.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
Seth Mitchell here. Seth, you won your fight in about 32 seconds, maybe a little more. That might be exaggerating it, but it was a clear victory for you. Now, you come from a football background, so you're used to hitting running backs, which are a little bit quicker than your average boxer. Talk about how being trained in football helps you in the boxing ring.
Not going back to football, I was a Division I scholarship football athlete, so they underestimate my speed, but when they get in the ring, I think they be like, wow, this guy's really fast. He has a fast jab, and I just try to use my assets to my ability.
And when Oscar De La Hoya, your promoter, says that you're the hope of American heavyweight boxing, what does that mean to you?
It means a lot. The heavyweight division right now doesn't have a lot of excitement in it, and hopefully, Lord's willing, I can continue to progress and continue to put on exciting fights and bring that belt back to America.
Are there similarities between what it takes to be a champion in boxing and what you found it took to be an All-American in football?
I think any endeavor in any sport, or whatever it may be, you have to work at your craft, and it takes hard work and dedication. That goes from being a school teacher, a boxer, a soccer player, anything. So I just think if you work hard, and of course you have to have the ability, but if you work hard and be determined, you can succeed in anything.
Seth Mitchell, thank you so much. It's a pleasure. All right, and joining us now is Oscar De La Hoya, president of Golden Boy Promotions. This week was particularly special. You had Randy Caballero trained here from the time he was a little baby. Talk about bringing him here to India, what it means to you to bring a kid home like that.
Makes me think about my career, how I started, how people gave me the opportunity to showcase my talents in front of my home crowd. And so with Caballero, it's obviously, I'm sure he was under a lot of pressure by family members, by friends, by fans who support him here locally. Therefore, his performance was obviously great, but obviously could have been better because it's a lot of pressure when you fight in front of your hometown, but that's the experience he needs to get better, to grow as a fighter. And so there's a strategy behind what we do to grow fighters into champions, and we feel, from what I saw today, I instantly knew that he can be a world champion.
How do you find a new fighter, Oscar? What's the vetting process like?
Well, obviously we have scouts all over the country, and we look for the best. And if we feel he has the talent, the charisma, the following, the local following, especially like Caballero, we feel that they belong with Golden Boy, because once we give them the opportunity and we're behind them 100%, then we can take them to that world title, we can take them to the HBO fights, we can take them to the pay-per-view level. So it's a matter of really looking closely at their talents and the way they conduct themselves outside the ring, which is probably more important to me because you can have a great fighter, but if he's not a good human being, let's say, then I'm really not interested. So it's about the overall package.